Welcome back to The Race. I'm Chris Stewart, and this week we're talking about tariffs. And we've shown you the impact that tariffs have had on farmers here in Iowa who harvest this soybean crop. But as Thomas Hoppe found, some Americans say tariffs are helping them.
In Auburn, Maine, you'll find Auburn Manufacturing that's been here for 40 years.
My name is Kathy Leonard. I'm the president and CEO and owner of Auburn Manufacturing.
Kathy Leonard's Made in the USA company specializes in a certain type of product.
Our focus was always on supplying industrial markets with heat-resistant fabrics. Some of our first customers were petrochemical plants and refineries. We supply the Navy with their fabrics that they use for welding protection when they do ship repair, and there's a lot of that goes on every day in this country. So we occupy a total of 100,000 square feet in 2 plants, and we've grown from 2 people to, I think we're at 52 people now.
But for nearly 2 decades, Leonard's company was hurting. She says state-subsidized Chinese textiles imported to the U.S. were eroding her company's market share.
Primarily in China, they are experts at being able to make products that look like yours. I think we identified like 80 companies that were represented online as being manufacturers, and turns out there were maybe 3 or 4 that were actually the manufacturers of the products. We were losing a lot of business to even defense contractors who thought they were a lot of times buying American products because they were buying Chinese products through an American distributor. We had lost about 30% of our market share in the United States.
The Trump administration slapped tariffs on $300 billion worth of Chinese products as of September 1st as an effort to take China to task over its trading practices, particularly the theft of intellectual property. And because of that, Leonard says her company is benefiting.
We're seeing an upsurge in demand for our products because they can't get the Chinese products at those steep discounts that they were able to previously. The tariffs have had an added benefit in waking up the American industrial sector to the fact that they need to look at that. Where are they buying products? Where are they having them made?
While negotiations are still ongoing between China and the U.S., Leonard hopes the country can find some balance so her company, among many others in the U.S., can keep thriving. In Auburn, Maine, for The Race, I'm Thomas Hoppe reporting.
Thanks for joining us this week here in Iowa as we talk about tariffs. Join us next week as we take a look at a topic that sparks strong feelings across the country, and that's guns. The Second Amendment guarantees the right to bear arms, but rising gun violence is fueling a movement toward more regulation. We will have a fair and clear approach to all sides next week. But until then, in Wilton, Iowa, I'm Chris Stewart, and this is The Race.